Okay, hi travelers. I'm actually standing up today and I'm on the other side of my desk. This is going to be the last open reading for 2022. It will be a 21 card spread, and we're going to just take a look to see maybe what went on in the first quarter, which would be the first 4 months of the year, the second 4 months of the year, and this final last quarter of the 4 months. This is the end of the year. There will be three pyramids with three surprise cards, and those are dealt first. The surprise cards are dealt face down. Everything else is face up. And I do have my clarifiers here with me, the Levita Sibila, should I need. I don't know what the cards are going to speak about. Probably a lot of things. So if it doesn't touch on anything that's going on in your life, there may be something else in it for you. I always try to include something in it for everybody, even if you don't recognize the story. I've already done some meditation and shuffling, and so I'm just going to deal the cards. We're going to first put down the three surprise cards. We'll just place those here. Here we go. Two of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. Two of Cups. I'll try to keep them in the frame as best I can. It's a big spread. Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups. I gotta make sure not to move too fast because my camera would be acting funny. And I don't mean haha funny. Next row, two cards on each of the previous. The Lovers. The Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. The Hierophant. The Six of Cups. The Page of Wands. And then three cards each from there. The Ace of Swords. Now I have two aces. The King of Cups. The Five of Swords. Oh, that fell. The Queen of Swords. The King of Cups. Now remember, this is for a whole year, so there's appear to be thus far 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, the Queen of Wands, and then 3 more cards here. Let me slide this over a bit. The Three of Swords. The Page of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Here are our cards. These cards will be coming into play for the end of December into January, the 3 at the top. So, let me see here. I have 1, 2, 3 Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4 Cups. 2 Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Swords cards. And then I have, oh well, isn't that interesting? Only 2 major arcana in the spread itself. Now, this bottom row is filled with people. We have 2 kings, 2 queens, and a page. I do have this idea of groups, plurality. So there are at least 3 people, the very least, involved in this. We also get that with the 3 figures here in the Hierophant and the 3 figures here in the Lovers card. So first 4 months, middle 3 months, last 3 months of 2022. And basically, just on a general level, I think that 2022 was about partnership, coming together, but also our own emotional balance, particularly coming out of 2021. Building new networks and connections, even though that's not what that card stands for. Traditionally, the Three of Pentacles is about laying down plans, people coming together to discuss things. It could be financially related. We do know that everything has changed since COVID. Supply chains, the way we bank, the way we shop, how we're able to save or not save. And then we have the Three of Cups. And we can say that the Three of Cups together, coming in this one, is the idea of us being able to celebrate. We are in the season of holidays, but we have also, those of us who are still here alive and kicking, have something to celebrate, because there are a lot of people who didn't see 2022, and some people who are not going to see 2022 out. So that is that. I have the 2 3s here. 2 3s can mean that there are, as I said, more than at least there are more than 3 people involved, and there will be suspensions on future successes. There's going to be like a hold before any future successes can be realized. But in a partnership or a romantic relationship, it is about excessive flirting and cheating. So I don't know what's going on here. We come to our next row, we see the Lovers. Again, this idea of choice. While this speaks to partnership, as does this coming together, this is about choice, the Lovers card. The Lovers can be 2 people who really, really get each other. So not only in a romantic sense, but also in a business partnership. But it can also be, the Lovers, an indication of there being disunity and disharmony between 2 people, that they're really just not suited for each other. In a sense, I have these cards here that kind of say this to me, but let me continue reading. So the Lovers, here with the Ace of Pentacles, this is the idea of choosing a new path, or choosing something new, or choosing to do something a new or different way. But this is an opportunity. It doesn't mean that things are going to go your way or in your favor or are going to be relatively easy. It just says that the properties and the energies of the Ace, okay, are becoming available to you. Take a new path. Do something new. Start 2023 with a clean financial slate, or try to get your finances straight, okay? But then we come to the Four of Swords, the card of rest, contemplation, meditation. I would say in one regard that yes, this is a great card, because I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired. 2020, 2021 were really draining and taxing mentally and physically, because we had to adapt to not only different circumstances, but changing circumstances almost every single day, right? People work from home. You weren't able to send your kids to school. We learned to grocery shop online. We had to mask up. We had to get vaccines. We had to figure out how to travel if we needed to travel. So there's a lot that's been going on. The Four of Swords can also sometimes be an indication of, in my opinion, things, people, or situations that might make you sick. So the card counsels that you need to take a step back so that you can gain a bit of clarity. Now, this card can sometimes presage breakups, whether this is a marriage, a long-term relationship, even a partnership, Here with the Hierophant, this is the card of gaining higher knowledge. As you can see, he is seated there above. Let me see if I can get it in the frame. Seated there above, he's with the hand signal. He's got the triple crown and the triple staff, and he is someone who can disseminate information. So he can represent counselors, he can represent priests, but he's also about social norms. Okay, what are the social norms? Following the rules. Okay, then we come to the Six of Cups, the card of nostalgia, of kindness, of sentiment, of memories, making sure your home is nice and comfy, gift giving. It is a 6, so it implies balance. And then we come to the Page of Wands. All pages bring news, okay, and messages. And this particular page can bring, one second, you guys get out of my office. Out. Get out. Can bring news about exciting new events, perhaps trips, whatever the information that comes through. It is something that excites you. It fires you up. It may spark your imagination for you to get out and to do something new. Followed by the Ace of Swords. Now, out of all the, you hear me say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. Out of all the aces in the deck, this is the most powerful ace. And when it appears, you can best believe that something is going to change. But it can also represent the excessive degree of everything. So this could be worry, it could be fear, it could be anxiety. Traditionally, this card represented a formal proposal. So it covers relationships, but it also covers contracts, contractual issues. What is a marriage if not a contractual issue? So this could be some kind of business related idea. But it cuts both ways, right? It's a sword. So this is the mental plane. So this could also be new ideas coming to the fore. There are 2 aces in this stack. 2 aces represent a new partnership, relationship, or contractual issue. So I've seen this card here, the 2 of Cups, show up when it tells you that a business partner, a great business partner, may be on the way. You're going to have to make the choice whether or not you're going to accept that and do it. Here we see the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, if not an earth sign male, it's going to be somebody who handles finances or from the world of finance. So this could be a mortgage officer, a bank, a loan officer, a banker, a financier, not necessarily a philanthropist. That would be the King of Wands or the Emperor. That resonates more with that. But we see here there is some kind of dissension. There is some kind of fight and or disagreement. We can see that one figure here in the front has in effect kind of won, and the other 2 have given up and walked away. That card represents a victory in that you have been able to successfully defend yourself. But there's a warning with that card to be careful, because both parties will do anything, will stoop to any level to win. So there's that. And we go from the 4, the rest, the taking the time out, to contemplate, meditate, rethink before stepping out again. But then the Ace comes in to tell us, it gives us the 5, and it tells us that something is going to change. And here is our change agent. Again, I have the 5, and 5s are changing numbers. I have 2 5s, as a matter of fact. 2 5s can speak to exciting times ahead, or 2 5s can be the idea of it, excessive bickering and backstabbing and backbiting from others outside of the relationship affected. And again, this could be any relationship. So I have this Queen of Swords who follows, who comes in to ask for the truth. If not an air sign female, then she too can represent the idea of a counselor, an arbitrator, a mediator, a negotiator. She could be a surgeon, a dentist, a chef, a writer, an editor, anything where sharp tools are used or keen knowledge is used to get the job done. She's known as a divorcee queen. So perhaps this person is a divorcee. They say she's bitter, but I don't, there may be some bitter divorcees, but I think that's a bad rap for that queen. And if you're ever in a fight, this is the queen you either want to embody or the queen that you want to have on your side, because she's going to give it to you straight. She's not going to mince her words. And we see this interesting King of Cups who falls between these 2 queens. Now, sometimes 2 queens can say gossip is mean, whereas 2 kings can be an indication of projects and business ventures together, okay? So I find it interesting that they say that the 2 queens together can be mean. I don't always find that to be true. We do know women can be catty to each other, but, I've known women that are just, like this. My best friend and I are like that. So it doesn't always hold true. The King of Cups will be, again, he's going to be a lawyer, something to do with the law. He would be a water sign male, perhaps, but someone who can listen empathetically and understand where you're coming from. Then we come to the entrepreneurial queen, the Queen of Wands, a fire sign female. So she's going to be somebody who's got a lot of irons in the fire. She does a lot. Will use her sexuality to get what she wants. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at here. And then we fall to the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is a card of heartache, mean words, mean thoughts. It could be gossip. It could be an attack on the feeling center. Somebody has said something that hurt you. It hurt you like you got stabbed in the heart. But it is a 3. It is not the 8 of Swords. It is not the 9 of Swords or the 10 of Swords. It's a 3. So this tells me it passes relatively quickly. Okay. This card has a sense of vision. It says that sometimes situations happen that cause us pain in the short term, but in the long term, we're going to be better for it because we find out something, we know something, we understand something, and we understand it at our core. Okay. But then we have the card of, I don't know, spies, the Page of Swords, another messenger, a communication, a student of communication. He is not afraid to ask questions to get to the truth, nor is she. Okay, so this queen and this page are from the same suit. So this is her. This page and this queen are from the same suit. So these are either messages from or about or to. Okay, here. So it could be that there's a man in between these two women. All right. And so the page simply says that there's messages, there's a news coming in, but you want to be careful with this particular page because he can be quite a nasty character. Whatever the message, we see that the year ends with not just a bunch of choices, but a whole lot of confusion. That's what the 7 of Cups represents. Okay, it's saying I have, so back up here we had a choice, maybe 1 or 2, but by the end of the year there are many choices that we're going to have to make, and we don't know what to do. So this can be confusion about what to do. It could be fantasizing. It could be wanting so many things but not actually doing anything. So like building castles in the sky. So the idea with this card is if you can identify the most important thing in your life, or the most important thing that you need to do first, okay? Because these are cups, so these could be confusing emotions about all of these things. We have self-actualization, we have property, we have riches, we have peace, we have power. There's also temptation up here. But if we can identify this thing, then everything else should be able to fall into place, because you may determine that some of these other things are not that important. I don't know if this is a nightmare, because he's standing back, the cups are, he's standing back, that he's in relief, so to speak. So this could be nightmares about the choices or the things you have to do. But also it could be this idea of being presented with so many different options and choices. You have to stop and take a moment. So this 7 can always says to me that no matter what the circumstances, if you can gain emotional clarity with mental clarity and marry your desire with your will, okay, then you can achieve whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to stop and come back over here. This to me looks like some type of, he is also a chain agent in the first 4 months. He comes with the Ace of Swords. So there's a change here. And whatever that change, it brought about some disruption and upheaval. Okay, but 5s are always like that. They're tense energies. They're changing energies. Nothing can stay static or the same. Here, what we find, 3 people. We even have 3 people here. But these people have to take a moment off. This is some kind of contractual issue, but there are 3 people here with a male in the center. Okay. So I'm not quite exactly sure what that is about. And then the last 4 months of the year, it's like, yeah, you know, everything's great. I'm feeling quite generous and kind and All is right with the world. I'm ready to set off into 2023. But sometimes this card can be unsettling communications, and we see it there. And it brings about some kind of confusion. So let me see here. I gave you the 2 3s. I gave you the 2 5s. I gave you the 2 aces. I gave you the 2 kings, the 2 queens. I do have 2 6s. 2 6s can be justifiable faith and trust in your partner. And then the other 6 is, hold on. Oh, inequality issues in the relation are causing problems in the relationship. That's right. That's what that is. Okay. So there's a lot of that going on. This is all about relationships, and we know that over the past couple of years, our relationships have had to change. Some of us had to date online. Some of us may have gotten divorced or separated because being cooped up with the person for the past couple of years, you really start to see that person in a different light. That's not the same person that I fell in love with or the same person that I married. Financial pressures may have caused a whole bunch of tension. So what I want to do, not this card, I first want to take a look, because there are cards of separation here. And even if from here the 4 of swords to the ace gives me the 5, okay, right? The 5 with her ace that she's holding gives me 6. So that can imply moving away, whether this is literal or metaphorical, leaving something and or someone behind, and coming to a place where you think, because these are swords, that you can take a break and you can rest. But something comes in to change that right near the end of the year. So I guess if I had to do anything, this implies like a marriage, maybe a separation. 3 people someone has entered into the picture here. So I'm not exactly sure if this is business related over here, you know, and this is a personal thing, and this is just you yourself, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're preparing yourself to do. But then we see that something right near the end of the year and comes in. And if I had to take a guess, I would say it's something that occurred perhaps back, what's the 7th month? In July. It's something that comes back from earlier during the year. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to pull 3 cards here. The Letterato, the Fortuna, and the Gran Consolazione. So here, these 3 cards across the top, that sort of makes up what that is. The Letterato is known as the artiste. He is basically someone who's specialized in his field. He's not the doctor, the doctore that appears in this deck. It is also, he's a learned person. So this would be somebody that you would go to who really specializes in something. This is the idea of waiting to have conversations with him. And then the Fortuna card comes in to say that everything is working out well. It is karma, yes, but it is earned karma. Well, it may appear to be earned karma, but it's actually not earned karma. It's from you having done the right things in the past. And we see the Gran Consolazione. So it promises peace and success and finances and love and happiness all around. So that was our first 4 years. Now, for some of you, that may not necessarily jibe, but if this was a business idea, then it says that that business idea went okay. Next set of 3. The Vedovo, the widower. The L'amante female. And the Ammalato, which is the 4 of swords. And basically what this tells me is that there was a male figure here who, for whatever reason, just didn't want to go along with whatever it was he was going along. The card says that he doesn't know how to love. He can get up and get his clothes on and be presentable, but he's really an isolated figure. He's mourning something that he has lost. Here with the L'amante female says that your emotions have been affected by this individual, sometimes this card can be an indication when he shows up that someone has withdrawn their support from you. You feel alone and you feel isolated, just as this character does. This, again, it has a connotation of rest and meditation and taking your time to heal and to get better. But it also can be an indication of people and situations that make you ill, which is what I said originally. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with these three people here. So then I'm going to pull cards, 3 cards on this last pyramid of cards here. I'm going to buy myself a standing desk. Lately, sitting down has been hurting my back a lot. Okay, here we go. The Limoneo. The card of marriages and contracts. The L'Amica, the friend. Now, she can be anybody. She can be a sister, a colleague, a niece, a nephew, just that, a friend. Typically, what she represents is somebody who can grant you access to social places or people. She comes in to try to help you, okay? And the precious presence. Maybe this is some advice. Maybe this is a loan that she gave you. So now there's a contractual issue. But that doesn't explain what these 3 cards are saying. Okay, let me put these here. I only have 2 major arcana cards, so let me see if there's any indication here of these 2 cards. Well, I know there's one with this one, but this one with the Lovers, and these 2 cards here with the Hierophant. Okay, so let me see. 2 pages can sometimes be an indicator. Oh, whoa, bookshelf's about to fall. 2 pages can sometimes be an indication of small illness, so something like a cold or just not feeling well. We can see that is brought up here in the thing. Oh my God, I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. What am I looking at? The 2 of Cups with the Lovers. Let's see here. Twin flames or soulmate union. Now, lots of people, want to talk about twin flames. Twin flames are never romantic. You never have sex with the person. It's not a romantic relationship. It is 2 people who are come together based upon previous karma in the past life to work out whatever it is. There's always a runner, there's always a chaser, and vice versa. Those relationships can go on for years until the karma is resolved. Okay? That is that. And then we want to go to see if the 5 of Swords tells us anything next to the Lovers. It does not. Okay, it does not. The 4 of Swords. Let's see if the 4 of Swords here. Well, with any ace, and it's next to an ace here, indicates that some long-term goals and plans need to be reassessed and reevaluated before proceeding. Next to any ace, the 4 of Swords may be telling you that although you may not yet be involved with any long-term plans or considerations, when they do arise, make efforts to check and recheck all aspects before proceeding, as some reevaluations and amendments may be needed. Now pay attention. The 4 of Swords with 3 or more court cards, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, indicates that there are some misunderstandings and difficulties within current relationships. 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It is a message not to proceed with any new ventures or relationships unless you feel absolutely secure. It is most important to check the fine details before proceeding, as there is a possibility of difficulties arising. Well, here we see that, but there's that, right? Okay, let me go to the Three of Pentacles here to see if it tells me anything next to this Hierophant. Here it is, Three of Pentacles. With Three Swords cards. Wow. Three of Pentacles with Three Swords cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, 6. So that qualifies. It may be an indication that some loss in business or finances is inevitable. So you are asked to be prepared to make relevant and necessary changes. It also indicates a clash of personalities within a working environment or situation that may bring disagreements and an inability to compromise. Well, we see it. And I think this is recent, that it just happened. Here. Okay? This is what this is telling me. All right? Now, oh, I actually have more than 2 3s. I have 3 3s here. So, 3 3s can speak of unexpected good luck. That's implied here, in a sense. Even with these 2 cards. Because sometimes this card can be an indication of a surprise. A pleasant surprise coming. Then the question becomes, I still say it causes confusion here. There are words being said, there are messages being sent, and there are words being said, and this is going to create some confusion. Okay? The Strength card. So as you move into 2023, you are being asked to gather your strength. Whatever obstacles, that's sometimes what 8s can represent, whatever obstacles present themselves, don't get freaked out. Take your time and move through it. Face whatever the obstacles are. Face whatever the fears are. Because something unexpected will be happening. Something that you think or that you thought was solid and secure is not. And it happens at a, what do you call it, unexpectedly, like out of the blue. But remember when I said that sometimes this card, when it strikes you at your core, this is a Swords, you truly understand what's happening. That could be the Epiphany and the Wheel of Fortune. Things will be changing. There's going to be a major change happening for you starting at 2023. But it deals with, I don't know if some of these people are your family, if these are your friends, if these are your co-workers, if this is a romantic relationship. I'm not exactly sure what the whole situation is about because I'm reading for so many of you. But these 3 cards here say be strong, because change, unexpected change. And the Wheel of Fortune is not always or oftentimes a lucky card. Because the wheel turns all the time. You have been up at one point, maybe now you're coming down for a fall. Okay? If you've been at the bottom of the wheel, now it's time for you to come up. But it won't be without some difficulties and challenges. Okay? So, that is your final reading. I'm going to pull 2 cards. I'm going to pull a Angel Answer card. Ah, yes. And I'm going to pull a Psychic Oracle Tarot. Pull 2 of these together. Okay? I'm sorry that you guys don't see my face today, but I really wanted to bring you this huge reading. And I might go back and record something over the front so you guys can see my face. Alright, here we go. And then I may not. I've got some gardening stuff I got to get done. Build some structures for the freeze that's coming. We're going to start with the Psychic Oracle Tarot. That's what we will do. Formulate your question for the Psychic Oracle. hands don't want to work this morning. Okay. The card is Three of Pentacles, recognition and reward. Okay. Now, and recognition can be anything. It's not necessarily just an award or a bonus or a promotion. It could be people surrounding you who recognize what kind of person you are, if you're a really, really good person, and reward you by, the card says choose a new direction. It just fell out of the deck. Choose a new direction. Interesting. Let me pull these cards up, okay? And then I'm going to lay these three cards down. Reward and recognition, and choose a new direction. This is a Three of Pentacles, as I just said. So the card says, this is the physical border. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's a time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but do not forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back because you deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it is what carries your soul around in this material world. Well, looking at all of these cards, we know that something is changing, right? We know that something comes out of the blue. We know that there's news, there's messages, there's lots of people involved. So that's a decent card. That's a great message. But then it ends with the choose a new direction, which may indicate that some of you will be leaving behind groups, people, friends, family, for whatever reason. Choose a new direction. The time has come to choose a new direction for your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out in this world for you. And you've been procrastinating following the guidance from your angels. Make a conscious, it's hard to see, sorry. Make a conscious choice to be the person you are meant to be. Create an action plan for yourself that leads you in the direction of your divine life purpose. Begin taking steps immediately towards a happier future. So I would agree with both of those cards. It's not going to be the same for everybody. There will be areas of your life in which you will perhaps be getting the recognition and reward due you. Others of you won't. Everyone will be, there will be some kind of change, unexpected, out of the blue. And so I believe this is why the Strength card has come out. And so the wheel is turning. And the best way to avoid shocks and upsets from the wheel is to try to affix yourself in the center so that you can go either way without getting lost, okay, or falling off. And so for some of you, this may mean that it is time for you to choose a new direction in terms of where you want to go and what you want to do. And so that is your message for the final message of 2022. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys in 2023. Bye.